Okay, so this video is about using 2D design, and we're going to design a basic stand for the clock project that you're going to be doing in Year 9. So I've got the 2D design program opened up, okay, and the generic stand size, what basically works for the normal clock, if you're just doing a standard design, is a length of 185 and a width of 55. So I'm going to first show you how to draw the basic kind of stand. So we're going to use the line tool. There's many ways you can do this, but we're going to show the simple way first. We're going to use the line tool, and we're going to use mainly the grid and the grid lock. Okay. Now it's 185 by 55, so by double clicking on my grid there, I'm going to change the grid spacing to 5, because 5 will obviously go into 185 and 55. When I click the OK button, you will see it will double the amount of dots on the page, the amount of grid squares. I'm also going to choose the grid lock, and you can see if I use the line now, the cursor jumps around so it can only go onto these squares. So I'm going to get nice straight lines, and I'm going to be able to measure my work easily. So if I just click once with the left mouse button, you can see as I extend the line at the bottom of the screen, it tells me how long it is in terms of that distance right in the center of the screen at the bottom there. So I'm going to do a length of 185 like this, and click, and I'm going to do another width distance here of 55. Now one way of doing this, to make this very simple, is just draw a straight line going across like this and a straight line going down, and delete away these excess. So if I go to delete where it says delete any and hold down the button, I can choose the second part, which is deleting a part of an object, and I can literally just click on these two bits. Now if I didn't want to do it that way, I could obviously use the line tool again and sort of go up to my 185, or if I want to do it a different way, I could double click the line tool and type in the length of the line and the angle. Now the angle, if I'm doing it kind of this way, horizontal, would be 0. If I click OK there, it will pick up the line and I can just place it. If I want to do the line going down, obviously I would make the length 55, and either 90 degrees going upwards or 270 going down would give me the line going this way. So there's a few different ways that we could produce that. Now obviously this stand is going to be bent at some point, okay, and I suggest the bend be about 60 millimeters away from one end. Now to find that part, I could just go along and sort of count 60 millimeters with my cursor like this, but it's much better to use the construction points. If I hold down on the button where it says construction points, I can go across to the one where it's got a little X, which is the given distance construction point, and I can set the distance where I want to place that. So I'm going to choose, as I said, 60 millimeters, and I'm just going to click on one side of the line like this, and as you can see, it's placed a construction point 60 millimeters from that corner. I'm going to do the same on the bottom, and then I can quickly draw that line in there. Now if I want to make it look more like a bend line, I can obviously go to the line tool at the top here and choose something that's like a dashed or a dotted line like this, so that when I draw it in, it tells me quite easily that that is going to be a bend line. Now, if that was my finished stand, I can obviously put lots of designs and details and change bits on this, okay? The one thing I do want to do is obviously make sure that I'm cutting the outside and I'm maybe engraving this bend line. So I need to just make sure that my colours of my lines are correct. Now, the cut colour that we use is red, so I'm going to select my line, each line around the side, and choose red. If I want to select more than one line at the same time, I can click one, hold the shift button, and click another, and then I can select two reds at the same point. So that will produce the basic stand that's ready for laser cutting.